My good people, welcome back to the Blessed Beyond Measure podcast show. I'm your host, C.L. The Source. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. As you can see, got a special guest. He might look a little familiar because episode 21, we had Mr. D.N. Parker on here. D.N. Parker, but he goes by V.N. Parker as his music name. And we're very privileged to have you back once again, my G. Thank you again for joining us.
We back.
We back at it again, baby.
Let's go.
Like we do, baby. But yeah, man. So what you been up to since the last time we spoke, man? You know, talk to the people a little bit, man. I know you got some stuff cooking up, man. You like a chef out here, bro.
Yeah. So I know you've seen the I Don't Know music videos.
Yes, sir.
Right now.
That's out now.
That just eclipsed 25,000 views, and it was crazy because, like, again, I don't know, what anything's gonna do until, like, I put it out there, and I think that's one of the things that I've always kind of like wanted to do is, like, no matter what the reaction is going to be, no matter how somebody else receives it, I'm like, it's my job to just put it out there and see what it does. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like crazy numbers, but it also surprised me, like 25,000 in my first video, no promo on it, so it's pretty decent.
It's pretty amazing. And for those that haven't seen the video yet, man, please make sure to. Oh yeah, we're gonna put a link in the description. You gotta check that video out. That thing was crazy, man. I mean, the visuals on it was dope. I loved how you were like right in front of the George Floyd mural.
Yeah.
And the Breonna Taylor.
So it's super weird because, again, when I wrote the song, I didn't envision like what message I was trying to,
convey.
Convey. But it was one of the things where it's like you kind of get into that moment, right? Because we went Clarion Alley is where we was at. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of murals there. And AB was saying, like, hey, look, man, there's an evil eye over here, and there's another Porsche over there. Like, cool, let's go to the evil eye. And literally right next to it was the Breonna Taylor. George
you didn't even know it was there?
I didn't even know that we were.
That's crazy.
I didn't even know we were going there to start. I let them direct it. I let them direct the first one. So when we get there, we're in front of the evil eye, and then we do the next scene, right, in front of the Breonna Taylor and George Floyd portrait, right? And I don't know, something like, it didn't feel like it was like me anymore inside my body.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, I'm listening to the song, and when you write the song, you already have a certain emotion that when you start recording a song. So it was weird to be like, damn, dude, it's like, when I look back at the video, I'm like, even like the movements, I was like, I don't even know where that came from. Because it literally was just like me just feeding off the energy of.
You got into your zone, bro.
Yeah, and literally I don't know what happened. It's just
you got lost in that shit.
I got lost in the moment right there, and it felt good. Like looking back at it, it was like, damn, I didn't even know that was like the message that I was going to be giving off after the video came out. But I was like, yo, I love the scene in front of the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor thing, and I was like, damn, I didn't even know that y'all was going to even connect with that so much, because that wasn't where I was going with it when I wrote the song. I wasn't thinking about that.
You know what I'm thinking as you're saying this, man? That's when the stars is aligning for you, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, everything in the universe is telling you you're on the right path, bro. You didn't even know that was going to happen.
I didn't even know, nah. So that's the crazy part about it is I didn't know, and I was happy when I saw it, right? Because, obviously rest in peace to both of those, people, and I pray for their families, but it wasn't something that I was necessarily trying to, put inside of the song, but it just kind of captured it, and it went so well that I decided to keep it, you know what I'm saying? So I think that we did a really good job with that video. So next is Boosting My Energy. That comes out this Saturday.
Yes, yes, sir.
And that's gonna be another good one, man. I'm just excited, bro, because I just feel like I got a lot of projects that I'm working on and a lot of stuff that I feel like people are really going to enjoy, right? Because I want to put like good visuals together. I want to put like storylines together with like some of my songs. You know what I mean? Like I want to give everybody a different side of like what they're used to seeing in videos,
And that's dope, man, because like you gotta be able to show different variations of who you are, like just show that you're like capable of like so much different type of creative concepts, man. And I think that's gonna just make for such a successful career for you, man. You're just starting off, but man, Lord we wouldn't know it, man. You out here grinding, man. You hit the ground running.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got the visuals, you got all music coming out. I know in our private discussions you had mentioned you got like a big project coming out. You gonna put out everything together and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I'm thinking about putting out, I don't know exactly what day I'm gonna release it, but hopefully I get to do it sometime in March. I want to put out like a small project. But also there might be like it might be like visuals connected to the whole project. So
Right,
that's
right.
what we're working on right now. I'm for sure gonna drop some type of like EP album.
Oh
in
man,
March.
so stay tuned, y'all.
Yeah,
Real talk,
yeah.
man. I mean, my dude right
coming.
here, it's coming. He's cooking, man. Like he is chef in the kitchen right now,
Yeah.
and he's having a lot of fun with it. I had the
Exactly.
pleasure of like being with you over the weekend to shoot some of those visuals for the new video, boosting my energy, man. And
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, it was a pleasure to be there. The team we working with, man, Nico and Pat, you know, the Cuddies and them. Like, man, it's going up, bro.
Yeah, man, and it's weird too because you know when you first start working with somebody, you never know like what kind of relationship, you know, business wise, what kind of business relationship,
Right.
how it's gonna work, how well you guys are gonna gel, right? So, and I got introduced to them through AB,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so the first time we went, again, we didn't really structure something for the I Don't Know video. It kind of was like they turned the music on, turned the cameras on, and I just, you know, it was my time to shine. It's like, all right, we just want to capture what you want to do. So for the Boost Some Energy one, we actually had more communication, right? We had more communication. We talked about different shots, different scenes, and you know, we've been still doing the editing process right now. But I couldn't ask for a better team because they literally understand where I'm coming from. You know, and I see what they're doing. I'm like, ooh, that was dope. Let's add this, or let's do this, let's do that.
That's
you know?
chemistry, man.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so much better when there's no egos involved. You know what I mean? Where it's like people's like, look, I want to give you the best. I want to get the best. You know, just in general. You know
How it
what I mean?
should be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you don't really come across that nowadays. There's a bunch of people wanting to do their own thing and having it be a certain way, and it's
Right.
like we're gonna dead all the other talk or
Right.
do this, and they're like, nah, man, they're committed to making sure that it's the best that they can do. You know what I'm saying? And if I didn't do something right in the video, they're comfortable with telling me like, hey, look, for this one, let's do this or let's do that.
Yeah.
We got shot this, let's do this or that. So the communication is really good. So I look forward to continuing to, you know, work with the Cuddies and continuing to put out dope shit.
Absolutely, and I can certainly feel the chemistry, man. Just the flexibility and the adaptability to kind of like we were kind of free flowing it that day. I remember, man. We were kind of like, let's do this. We was
Yeah.
bouncing ideas off of each other, and I mean, just stay tuned, y'all. Like the concept is crazy, and like the visuals are crazy.
Yeah.
And we only getting started, man. We just getting warmed up because I know D got stuff, you know, on deck, man,
Yeah.
all day, man. And
I mean, shit, just like what, in the past, I want to say 6-7 months, I've probably written and finished writing for like, I want to say 75 songs.
what? I didn't even know you had that much.
Yeah, man, I got a lot of shit, man. But it's so
Sheesh.
the thing is that I write every day. I write something every day. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So,
can I share this with them real
Yeah.
quick? Like, even in the car, he don't like to listen to music
I don't
no
listen to
more.
anything.
It's only beats,
I don't
and
listen
then
to
he
beats.
just it's so he can get that fresh canvas. And if he's in the zone, and it's funny, man. That one line you came up with the other day.
oh yeah, we can't even tell them that.
We can't not yet. Just stay tuned because that one was fire, bro. Like, I just be listening to this dude, man, and then
Yeah.
like he just kind of dropped this one
It's just,
line.
Yeah, it's just art, man. It's just like, you
Yeah.
know, you're just in the zone and you're being creative, man. And it's like the minute, it's like I barely watch TV now, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's not to say that it dumbs you down, nothing like that. You know, sometimes it's needed to just like as a stress reliever. But for me, it's like I'm in my most comfortable zone when I have, again, like you said, a fresh canvas where I can just kind of just free flow, do whatever I want to do. But yeah, man, I've written a lot of shit. And,
Damn, 75,
yeah,
bro.
and the thing is that I don't plan on releasing everything, right? I like to do it and I'll keep it. Some of it's different, like genre type of music. So I'm like, oh, I can't come out with that yet.
Not yet, not yet.
I
They
can't come out with
ready.
that yet because it's gonna confuse people on
I
like
did,
where
yeah.
my vision is and what I'm trying to do. But in general, man, I think that like it's the best process. Again, I try not to listen to music as
That's
much,
amazing.
but it's mostly just.
So while we on that subject, I want to ask you then, since because I know that you don't listen to music much or you don't watch TV like you said. So what inspires you? Like, where do you? I know that you were a super creative dude on your own, but like, where are you pulling that from? How would you describe that, man? Because like for me, bro,
I think it's
like I
something
love
that-
hearing music to get
Yeah.
inspired, or watching a movie, or seeing a quote or something.
But see, the thing is that if I do that, I've done this before too, man, and I had to stop myself. I think I was watching like Young Thug like interview,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I went to listen to some of his music, right? And great artist, right? But I noticed that when I went to go write or I went to go like listen to a beat, I immediately went to go channel something that wasn't me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, whoa, let's go back to.
So it kind of bumped you out your lane.
Yeah.
And
again, there's nothing wrong with anybody else's music, but I'm like, man, I just want to make sure that I keep my own sound.
Yeah.
And it's recognizable that that is the end product, that is not somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I can't. I get inspired just by the creative process, I guess.
Life.
It's like. I don't never have a vision of what I want to come up with when I'm listening to a beat, when I'm trying to come up with a song. It just comes to me. And it'll come to me immediately. Like if I don't come up with something within that first 30 seconds of the song, I'll just skip the beat. First 30 seconds of that beat, if I don't really come up with something like right away, I'll just skip it.
So, do you ever come back to a beat? Because sometimes you might not necessarily be in that space where you're like...
Or just time purposes. Like even like when I was driving here, I listened to a beat and I was like, damn, I was coming up with something, but I can't finish it because I got to come here.
Oh right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I got to.
You get started and
I get started and I'm like, go back. Or I'll hear something and I'm like, damn, I like this, but I don't necessarily have something for it right now. But I'll store it. You know what I mean. I'll just store it. I get all my beats from BeatStars.
Yeah.
So, I'll just store it and I'll go back to it.
That's dope, man. That's dope, man. Because I've always I've been a big fan of music and just art in general, man. And it always really fascinates me to just hear people's creative process and where they're pulling that inspiration from. Yeah. Because everything starts off in the mind first, right? You're thinking about it.
It's a feeling too. You know, it's a feeling.
Please elaborate on that.
Certain beats will put you in a certain feeling. I don't know why, but I've been really attracted to beats that have pianos in it or
soulful type?
Yeah, soulful type or guitars. And I played the piano when I was a kid, but I'm not really familiar with the keys. You know what I mean? So I'm not familiar with a guitar. You know what I'm saying? But it's they just draws an emotion from me, and then I've just noticed recently that I'm able to free flow and come up with shit way faster on those type of beats. And
that's crazy. Something about it speaks to your soul.
Something about it just speaks to me. Yeah.
That's dope, man. And I feel that way too with certain types of music, man. I mean, I'm not nearly as a creative artist as you. I'll write a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and kind of get some stuff off my chest. But I produced one song and it was with A.B. Probably never. You never know. Maybe it'll come out at some point, but. I'm not really quite there yet, and you are, and AB is, where in terms of you are all in with your music. Yeah. I've written as a form of therapy and stuff like that, and certain beats, bro, it just helps you bring out what you want to describe. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Cause look, just like everybody else, we go through a lot of pain, we go through a lot of joy, we go through a lot of sorrow, we go through a lot of happy moments. And certain beats will pull that out of you. It's an energy, bro.
Yeah, you'll start remembering some shit that you never even you thought was gone.
Right.
I just wrote about and this song is gonna probably come out soon. I just wrote about a song about how my upbringing, my family, my mom, my sisters, just little stuff like that. And you'll probably hear it soon, but. It's crazy because
it's a more personal song.
It's more personal. Somebody actually learned something from this. Gotcha. You know what I mean? About me. You know what I mean? Or if they've been through the same similar situations, they'll learn how I got out of it.
That's so dope. Yeah. Because I've always appreciated those types of songs because
and you got to tell your story. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Obviously, not every song can be your story because it takes you to a place that sometimes you don't want to go when you're writing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But. I would say that everybody should tell their story, whether it's just writing in a journal and putting it out, or music. However you want to do it.
Yeah, because we all got unique stories.
When you're gone, when you leave one day, right? When you're gone,
we all will.
Yeah. It's what is there gonna be to remember you? You know what I'm saying? Your story. That's crazy. Important. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. No, you're absolutely right. Because AB told me the same thing one time, and it really hit, bro. Because he was like I think it was when I made my first episode for the podcast. He was like, dude, good job. Because he's always been big up in me, trying to encourage me to do stuff. And, I'll talk myself out of it, all these different things, self-consciousness, blah, blah, blah. But after I did it, I shared it with him and he was like, dude, great job. No matter what happens, no matter how you felt about it, you put it out into the world. Yeah. And let's just say you pass away tomorrow. That's accessible to anybody. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Your music is going to be accessible to anybody, bro.
Exactly.
Your kids can go listen to music, you know what I'm saying? Anybody, your friends, your family can, you know, access that anytime. And that's the beautiful thing about it, you know what I'm saying? You created something tangible, you know what I'm saying? And big ups to you, my G. We were talking, like you were just kind of discussing about that personal song that you're creating. I was gonna say I sincerely appreciate those types of songs because one, it's already super hard to reveal yourself by making music.
Definitely.
It's like, it's such a nerve-wracking process, right? But like for you to like talk openly about your life and, you know, some of the trials and tribulations that you've been through, that is probably one of the most scariest feelings I can imagine.
Yeah, I would say that it probably was a lot more scarier like before, because I used to, like again, when I used to write before, I don't know why, like I would just write and it would just be like, I can tell like where I'm at in my life based on how I write. You know what I mean? Like if I'm writing about like, I was writing about like dark stuff that like happened before.
Was this early on or more recently?
Early on. And now I'm able to like write about that shit, but have like fun with it at the same time. You know what I mean? Like talk about it a little bit, go to something else that's dope. Talk about it a little bit, go to something else that's interesting.
That's
talk
so
about
cool,
it. You know what I mean? I'm able to go in and out. So it's like, okay. Now I'm like, oh damn, now I can tell that I'm in a comfortable place with just me. You know what I mean? Just based off that itself, you know what I mean?
We touched on this the last time we talked too, right? Just the inner peace, right?
Yeah, it's like now
I can tell that about you too, my
now
G.
I'm able
Like,
to just do like, you know, I'm able to write to anything.
Like you're confident, bro. You know what I'm saying? You always got good energy.
Yeah.
And look, every day may not be a good day, but there's good things in every day too, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And like I think you see things that way too.
I try to all the time, man. I mean, again, we talk all the time about the upbringing and stuff like that, man. It's like it'll put you in a certain place, and it's your job to, you know, learn, grow, and get out of that certain area. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like that's where I'm just at now. Like I don't like to even deal with no type of like, you know, bad energy. Like I don't even do it. Like if it's around, I just want to be around it.
Yeah, now I feel you, man, and that's important to kind of set those boundaries, right? And that's, you know, honestly, this is a great time to kind of segue into the next question because, you know, I noticed that you posted on Instagram the other day. You meditate 15 minutes a day. You kind of get out into the open. Can you talk about how you came across meditation and what meditation does for you, man?
So I came across meditation probably around the same time that I started like recording music with AB like a couple years ago. And it's another form of just like therapy to me. You know what I mean? Again, it's like when I write, sometimes it just takes me to places and sometimes it's a dud, I don't have anything. It's like, but I like to go into like my own little world and just kind of learn something new about myself that doesn't show in an everyday life. So it's like you kind of eliminate all other noises, all other factors that are going on in life that takes up a lot of your time, and you just give that time to yourself. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's 15 minutes, sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's longer. You know what I mean? It just depends really like on how long I can stay in that meditation state. And I say that it really helped me just again be okay with everything that ever happened to me, or be okay with what's to come. You know what I mean? Like I'm just very comfortable now with anything.
That's hella cool, man, because as you were talking, I heard you say you give yourself that time, and I think that's very important. Not enough of us do that, bro. We're so caught up in the whirlwind of life, like we got shit going on. I gotta go to the store, I gotta go to work, I gotta do this. I'm texting while driving, all sorts of different stuff, but how often do people literally just cut out time for them? And I think the common misconception, bro, with meditation is like, oh, it's like a spiritual thing, and it is a spiritual thing, right? But at the same time, bro, it's more of a practice, for me at least, where you're, like you said, giving yourself that time. You're focusing on your breath, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like taking in deeper breaths. You're kind of like unplugging for a second, bro.
That's exactly what it is. You gotta unplug, man, because again, even with anything, like it'll drive you crazy if that's all you do. You know what I mean? You gotta do a little bit of everything, man. You gotta have fun with it, right? Even with the meditation, like I like to just kind of, I don't need to be in like a room, zenned out. That's cool and all, but I don't need it. I can go outside. I can just sit down outside. It could be cars going by, birds chirping, don't matter. But I can just still find that place and just sit there.
That's awesome.
And just be in that moment.
That's awesome. How do you do that, man? How do you like even with the rustle and bustle outside, like how do you just like literally get to that space?
What's important, because you got to think about this in the real world, right? There's always that, like, as you quote unquote, the rustle and bustle. Like, you're going to have noise around you no matter what. It's still going to be your job to be in your own zone, in your own lane, and still be who you are. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's why I like to do it outside, because you'll hear certain things, and it's up to you to block that out or let it distract you.
It's like it's part of the practice.
Exactly.
That's awesome, man. You know, I'm gonna start incorporating that into my meditative practice as well, man. I'm a huge advocate for, you know, giving yourself that time, man, and meditating, man. I'll share a little bit with you about what I do. Every morning when I wake up, it's at least 15 to anywhere to 30 to 35 minutes of just dedicating time to just meditating. Before my mind starts racing, I have to start my day off on the right note. You know what I'm saying? I have to, I wouldn't even say clear my mind. I just kind of give myself that time to let my mind do what it does. And I just kind of focus on breathing. But you're absolutely right. What you said, being able to get into that meditative state, bro, anywhere. You can do that. You can give yourself that gift anytime, bro. And it's funny, AB was talking about that too.
I don't know why I ever did that, because typically you hear meditation, it's like in a room where you got your headphones on, like it's like you block out.
I know, people think like you got the candles and blah, blah, blah.
You gotta do that. For me, it's like, I don't know why. I think it was something, it has to do with my anxiety, I believe. But I don't think I ever told myself, well, do this because of that. Like, nah, I just really felt like, man, okay, I need to be around areas where it's
peaceful.
Where it's like things going on.
Oh, okay.
Right? Again, I'll do both. But I like to go in places that things are going on, right? Because again, you can block out that noise and you can still be in your own zone. You're gonna get more empowered by that, because if you can let somebody distract you, then you can let that happen in the real world. You know what I'm saying?
That's big, bro. I never really looked at it like that, so I've learned something new from you right now, because you know, and there's different forms of meditation.
Exactly, everybody's different too.
You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like that helps me with my anxiety better, because I don't want to be like closed off. Like, you know what I mean? I want to be out there, but I also still always want to be me.
How did you discover meditation, bro? How did you come across it? I mean, I know you mentioned.
It was just, I honestly think that it was like a past friend who was like, yo, I think I was going through some shit. I was going through a lot of shit, like when I came back from playing ball in Mexico. I was going through a lot of shit. So I think one of my friends back then got me into meditation. And I kind of was always back and forth with it until I started seeing it help me. Then I was like, all right, cool. All right, let me do this. But then I was like, I'm gonna do it my own way though. You know what I mean? It's like, again, you always want to try things your way. You know what I mean? Because not everybody's thing is going to work for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's important to find like your own niche with everything. You know what I mean? It's kind of like with music, where I don't listen to other people's music like that. I don't want to say I ignore all music, but I don't really just be sitting down listening to other people's music anymore, because I'm like, that'll distract me from what I'm trying to do, or I'm like, let me find my own niche and kind of work with that.
Absolutely, and you're a creator, bro. And it's funny, I talk to people about this all the time. Like, there's people that consume stuff, and there's people that create. You know, I'm a little bit of both. I like to create as well. I know that you're more of a creator than anything at this point, bro. You know, and I'm proud of you for that, man. And your work, honestly, bro, has just been getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
And I think that comes kind of naturally when you get into that zone. You stay in that flow state, right? Where you're just like always creating momentum for yourself. You're doing stuff like that's geared towards your purpose. And I think that you figured out your purpose. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Is that true?
I would say that that's true. That's very true. And I would say that it feels more like my purpose every single day, because of how natural it comes to me. You know what I mean? I'm not like, man, I need to be this, I gotta be this artist. It's kind of like, it's just calling. Every time I do a beat, I'm like, damn, I don't even know how I came up with no shit like that. You know what I mean? It'd be weird like that to me. I'm like, what the fuck did I just say? It's kind of like, you know what I mean? Every time I come with something, I'm just like, damn, like it's coming from somewhere, and it's like, dude, like I got a lot that I'm like getting out, and it's just having fun with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's dope. It's a dope ass energy, man, to always kind of be in, you know what I mean?
And it transcends into your music, bro. Like, you know, just like boosting my energy, bro. I probably heard that song 1,000 times already, but it still slaps and it still hits. And like, cause you captured that energy and you put it in boosting my energy.
Yeah.
And it's just a cool song, man.
So it's funny because like, you know how you said that you listen to it a lot of times. Like when I finish a song, I don't even go back to it.
You done. That's it. You
It's
hardly ever.
weird. It's weird. Like I'll hear it again, and that's why when we did the video for it, because Boosting came out, what was that? Early, like first week of October.
Yeah.
Right,
I remember
last
that.
year.
That's
right?
crazy.
It feels like it was longer though, right?
I know.
But I finally obviously got a team now to do the visuals. So when we was going back and we recorded the video, I was like, damn, I didn't realize like, you know, that the song was that good. You know what I mean? Because like I've written so many after I've done Boosting that you kind of forget about it until like you sit back and like, oh shit, like I actually did something with that. You know what I mean? Even I don't know song. When I wrote it, I was like, all right, cool. Let me put in more content out there. I didn't even realize that after doing the visual of how much more like impact or how many more viewers would see that and like it. And you know what I mean? I didn't know that was going to be someone's quote unquote new favorite because they saw visual to it. You know what I mean? So when I did Boosting this past weekend, I'm like, damn, I didn't realize the song was, you know, that good until you listen back to it. You're like, oh damn, okay, I actually had some pockets in there where I almost forgot about. You know what I mean?
You get into that zone and it's just like you bottle it up literally into a song and you just move on to the next.
Yeah, you just move on to the next one.
That's
so
what
like,
you're doing.
You finish something, you move on to the next one. That's why I wrote so many, because like I'll get in that zone, I'm like, okay, I'll focus on this. I'll finish that, and I'll move on to something else.
Would you say that you know, focusing on your mental health and like doing things like meditation like helps with your music, bro? Or like, is that part of also like focusing on your mental health, like creating the music?
I feel like both is, but I would say meditation probably is the key for me, like to be like free flowing when I come up with songs.
Dope.
I don't have to be stuck in a certain way of saying something, right? I don't have to be stuck in a certain genre, you know what I mean? Like I can just have fun with it, you know what I mean? And if I want to put it out, I'll put it out. Again, I got so much stuff that I've done that I don't know if I'm gonna put out. Sometimes I'll get like writer's block with like a song, and I'll go back to older songs like, damn, I didn't realize that I had that before. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in this song.
See, you telling me stuff I didn't even know, bro. I swear to God, it's like you just pull shit out of thin air sometimes. I'm like, bro, like, how you do this shit, bro?
Yeah, and it's funny too, cause like even like I like preview some of the songs for you too as well. Remember? And he was like, "This is a new one." I'm like, "It's always a new one."
It's always, bro. You know what I'm saying? You a chef, bro. You cooking shit up, man, and it's been a pleasure to watch. It's crazy, man. Your energy is just like unmatched, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I know that like as long as you keep going, you keep challenging yourself to get better. Just like anybody, bro. Not even just you, me, anybody. Like the person across the street, bro. Whatever it is you want to dedicate yourself to, you can get better at it as long as you believe, as long as you have faith in yourself, and like that confidence will develop, that momentum will kick in, bro. And just like all that stuff will start to, like things are clicking for you, my G. Like you describing that situation where you didn't even know that George Floyd and the Breonna Taylor portraits was gonna be there. And like, you know, that was the first time you were working with the Cuddies and blah blah blah. You didn't even know what direction y'all were going in.
Literally when we pulled up, that was the first time I even said what's up to them. Like, you know. And I didn't know where it was at, and it's like, it's weird. You just play off the energy. I'm just about energy, man. So if the shit's real, I just go with it.
And you're an adaptable dude, bro. Like I feel like your personality type can get along with anybody, bro. Like it's got to be something wrong with another person.
Because I'm always come off genuine. You know? I'm always come off real. I'm always come off me. And however somebody else, you know, reciprocates that's based on how I'm gonna go from there. But the immediate reaction is always gonna be love.
I was watching a Jay-Z interview recently, man. Jay-Z's one of my biggest, you know, I'm a huge fan. Forever. And he was talking, I think it was on the Breakfast Club with like Charlamagne and God and all that stuff. He was talking about, man, whenever I go into a room, I'm myself 100% completely. I don't change for nobody. You know what I'm saying? And people will fuck with me or they don't fuck with me.
That's super important too, man. It's super important because sometimes we get lost in the sauce, you know what I mean?
We do.
You'll see something over there that looks really good. You see how they're doing it. And you're like, damn, maybe if I do
that might work for me. Or
it might work for me. But like me, I'm just like, man, I'm a happy dude. I'm a smiley dude. I'm a dude that you don't want to cross. So at the same time,
straight up.
But I'm always, you know, put out them good vibes. So I can't be out here, you know, acting different. But also, it's also whatever is reciprocated. You know what I mean? If somebody comes off a certain way, they're gonna see a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? And I never want that to be the person that they see and be like, I'm judged by that person. Like, this me, but that's also me, and I don't like to be that person. You
know what I've learned too, bro, for myself, and I agree exactly with what you said. The only thing I would say for me is, I'm still that way too. I get reactive when somebody, like today, bro. Somebody almost hit me with their fucking car in the
Come on.
I swear to God, on the way to the grocery, like I'm just trying to cross the street. This motherfucker, like trying to run me over with this shit, bro. And then the old me would have just kind of got into that, like, what's up, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I would return that energy. I could tell the dude was having a bad day because he was starting to shake his head at me, like. I was like, bro, but then I was like, you know what? I ain't even gonna return that energy, bro. Yeah. Like for me, like that's just a reflection on yourself, bro. Exactly. Like that ain't nothing on me. He don't know me. So like, why you gonna give me that bad vibe? So for me, I was just like, you know what, bro, I ain't even gonna entertain it. You know, if people want to act like that, that's on them. It ain't my responsibility to change nobody. Yeah. Then again, like you said, there are those times though, bro, like where, you know, something might just trigger you to a point where you're just like, and it happens because we're human, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It's something we working on though, you know what I'm saying?
And we meditate.
That's why we meditate. Exactly. That's why we focus on it. We ain't trying to hurt nobody, bro, you know what I'm talking about? But real talk, man, the old me back then, I'm telling you, man, the old me would have done some foul ass shit, bro. I might have fucked this car up, did some crazy shit. Yeah. But that ain't me no more, bro. And to be honest with you, it took a lot of work to get to this space, and I can tell for you as well, putting in that work, like, you know, to work on your mental health has helped you kind of come to this place where you're a lot more peaceful, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of accept things for the way they are. When it's bad energy, just even in your song, it says it, keep them bad vibes so far away from me, bro. Yeah. It says it all right there in the song, bro. It's just like, life's too short for that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bad vibes, keep them away from me. I'm not even with that. I think I told you, like, prior to 2021 starting, bro, I ain't doing no type of hating, bro. It's all uplifting with me, bro. If it's something I don't fuck with, I'm gonna leave it right where it's at.
Yeah, I remember even I tweeted something and he was like, oh man, just let it go. Let it be positive only, and I was like, oh yeah, for sure. I'm just letting people know.
Yeah. And then,
I was like, no, I'm just letting people know.
Real shit. If y'all ain't fucking with D on Instagram yet, follow him. We gonna put his shit at the end of this video for sure. But it's at THE_END_PARKER, man. This dude got some motivational shit. Like he posts like every day. He's just a good dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you not want to support good energy, good people? Yeah. Especially from the city, man. Frisco, born and raised, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, before we get on out of here, man, because we are approaching a little over 30 minutes, it didn't even feel like it, bro, because I feel like you and I can have conversations for days, bro.
Yeah, we always do.
Yeah, man. It's and you become one of my really good friends to be able to talk about this stuff, and I'm really thankful for that, man. I'm really grateful for that relationship. But before we kind of dip on out of here, man, can you talk about some, like, you know, a couple of other ways that you kind of focus on your mental health? Like, what helps you kind of develop your mental health a little bit more? Meditation was one. I know music is therapy. Working out?
Meditation, music, working out for sure. Huge fitness person. Obviously, I own a gym. Yep. Right. So, working out, music, man, meditation. I feel like those are top three things, man. And I do enough of all three of those things to make sure I stay balanced.
And man, you got a lot going on in your life, man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's more to come, man. So we just gotta stay tuned. You know, tune in. Make sure you follow both of us. And shit's about to go crazy, man.
That part right there, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, again, it's been a pleasure, D, for stopping by, blessing the show, Blessed Beyond Measure podcast. Yeah. We definitely gonna do this again. We're gonna rock forever, man. You know what I'm saying?
Boost some energy, man. This Saturday.
Yes.
Boost some energy.
Hey, please be on the lookout, man. And if you haven't already done so, like I said, you know, go ahead and follow D on Instagram, and then also hit his YouTube link up. Like, we'll put that at the bottom of the video as well. Make sure you subscribe, share, and comment. Let us know what you think. Engage with us, man, because I'm pretty sure, just like I am, bro, I'm always open to feedback. I'm always open to just like, I love when people are engaging with me and, you know, giving me ways of how I can get better. I might not necessarily take that advice, but I'm open to it.
I'm always open to what people think about. Exactly, you know, even with the music, it's like certain strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? So like,
straight up,
somebody have their opinion, man. I'm always respect it. You know what I'm saying? I'm always respect it. But again, man, you guys engage with us, man. Let me know what you guys want us to talk about, what you want us to cover. even if it's a song or it's a lyric, man, comment
Yeah.
it. Let us know.
Absolutely. And on that note, make sure to follow me on the gram if you ain't already doing that, man. I got two accounts. It's one for the podcast. It's at Blessed Beyond Measure Podcast. And there's no underscores or anything on that. And then I got my personal one. It's at CL_THE_SOURCE. And until next time, folks, live life and grow. Stay blessed. Peace.
Boosting my energy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shit, baby.
That was good, bro.
Hell yeah.
That was good.